Jesus saves. Amen. Number 97. All right. Then look down at the bottom of the page, 370. We all know it. Revive us again. 370. Revive us again. firmly in His Word. Some of the finest people in the world that I know are in this building tonight, that none of them are worthy to be praised. But He is worthy. Amen. Praise the Lord. I started to apologize for the crowd, Brother Carl, but I'm not. Lord knows who's here. I mean, this place was swinging out of balconies yesterday. I don't know where they all at. But God knows exactly who's here. And He knows exactly what we need to know. And I'm glad He can speak exactly to our heart. Amen. So I've been praying all day. Been praying for Brother Carl. It's so good to have him. I think he's got 3 of his drop-dead gorgeous daughters with him tonight. Amen. And we might see some more of the family before the week's out, but we're so glad Brother Carl's here. And it's a great honor to me to have my pastor sit here tonight. Brother Earl Parton. Amen. I told Brother Carl, I said, I might just put you on the bench and let the doc preach tonight. Amen. And look at him. I knew what he'd do. He's sitting there turning his head, shaking his head. I used to go to camp meeting in West Sandy with Brother Earl, and Brother Earl would sit there on the bench. You'd have to know Brother Sandy Allen, how he does. You know, he'd come walking off the platform, and as soon as he'd step down, Brother Earl would go, no. And I'm sitting there going, yes, call me. And he'd walk back there, and he'd come put his hand on Brother Earl's shoulder. He'd say, Brother Earl, I believe in God's perfect will. You just come preach a little bit. And then Brother Earl get up there and preach an hour and a half. Hallelujah. It's good to have you tonight, preacher. I love you. I'll be with Brother Earl, I think, 1st or 2nd week of July. 3rd week of July. I'll be all week long, Monday through Friday. I think we're going to take the choir one night, Brother Todd. By the way, we're going to take the choir. We're going to go and have a good time. Amen. So anyway, let's have our ushers right quick. Everything we take up this week will go to Brother Carl. And so glad he could be here this year. Y'all remember we had Brother Carl booked this time last year, very same week last year, and little Marty was in the hospital in Birmingham. And thank God for His mercy and answering our prayers. Amen. And that baby's doing good. We praise the Lord for that. And so glad the preacher could be with us this time. So let's just pray and go to the Lord and ask God to bless our offering our time together. Brother Jesse, you pray.
Our dear most Heavenly Father, Lord, just thank you for letting us come again. Lord, I pray, Lord, that you would be in the midst tonight. Lord, we do want to thank you so much for the services we had yesterday, and thank you for the young man that got saved. Lord, we just come to you again, Lord, and we're going to need you again tonight, Lord. And we know, Lord, this is a smaller crowd than normal, but like the preacher said, Lord, we know the ones that need to be here. And I pray that you would put your hand on Brother Carl. And I pray, Lord, that you would just give him exactly what we stand in need of. I pray if there's someone in this church tonight, Lord, that's lost, Lord, that doesn't know you, doesn't have a relationship with you, Lord. Lord, I pray, Lord, tonight will be the night. If there's people in this church, Lord, that's hurting and burning down, Lord, I pray, Lord, that you would help them. Give us exactly what we stand in need of this week, Lord. I pray, Lord, you would help us in everything we do. We love you. We praise you, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen.
want to play the piano, that's how I do it. That's exactly how I do it. Amen. Good picking, boys. Thank you, John. Thank you, Brother Todd. Let's stand to our feet all over the house. Play a little bit more if you would. Turn around and shake somebody's hand. Tell them it's good to see them in church tonight. Amen. I told Brother Carl tonight I was just going to turn it over to him. I don't care what they do. We're going to have church tonight. How many of you glad to say amen? I don't know about y'all, but I got something to shout about. Had a man here yesterday, Brother Carl, been praying for almost 2 months. He walked down this aisle yesterday and got saved. Somebody can do that tonight. But the altar's been open since we got here. Don't bother us when somebody comes to pray. So let's just mind the Lord tonight. Amen.
Or as Peter did, the jail, the night, the church, God prayed through. He's never failed one yet. He won't start with you. So through the valleys deep or wide on the mountain peak, so high when you're happy, when you're sad, he'll be the best friend you've ever had. If you feel you can't go on, he'll be there to see you through.
He's never failed one yet. He'll start with you.
So through the valleys deep or wide on the mountain peak, so high when you're happy, when you're sad, he'll be the best friend you've ever had. If you feel you can't go on, he'll be there to see you through.
He's never failed one yet. He'll start with you. He's never failed one yet, and he won't start with
When he walks among us, all that he does, all of his mercy, all of his love. If a pen of a writer could write every day, even this world could never contain how I'm blessed. There's warmth in the winter, there's flowers in spring, laughter of summer, changing of leaves. I've got food on my table, a good place to sleep, clothes on my back, shoes for my feet. I have been blessed. I have been blessed. God so good to me. Get ready to sing one more. Goes along with the message. Got a friend of mine, Thomas. You mentioned Thomas. Distributes Bibles. He's done a lot of work here, I believe, here at this church, giving Bibles. I was in a meeting with him in a very, very small church. 20, 30 people. I was helping him with a meeting. A lot of folk there. Never forget, Thomas come up on that stage and took an hourglass. I don't know if a younger generation has ever seen an hourglass. Mom used to have one.
There's one right there on the table in front of it.
Sure is, God. Oh, my goodness. How about that? I didn't even see it. Somebody's already turned it over. That means that's how long I got to preach. He brought one up here on stage at that little church. He turned it, boy, let's be known in the Lord's will, man. And he done just that. He turned it over and let it begin to drain. And Waverly sang this song. He wanted the people to get an eye view of what the song was about. Now, before anybody tells me this after church, I realized that there was a country artist that recorded it. I already know that. Don't come to me after church and tell me that. I just want you to hear the words. The song says, have I done all I could do in the time that you gave me? If that glass represents our life, and once it's over, it's over. We reach our destination. Have we done all that we can do in the time that the Lord gives us? And what does that little last phrase say at the tag? And when the hourglass has emptied, it won't even faze me. Because I've done all I can do.
How about that?
I wonder if we said it like this. I wonder if you're wasting time. Saying you're going to do something later, and the time just keeps going. Saying you're going to be something for the Lord later, the time just keeps going. Or when I get older, or when He gets me through this thing that I'm going through, then I'll really live. And time it's not stopping. You pile up the excuses as high as you want to make them. And time just keeps going. Have you done all you can do in the time the Lord's given? That's the idea. Look at that. Time's running out. Now some of you's going to say he saw that. But honest before the Lord, I never laid eyes on that. I didn't even know it was here. That just lets me know the Lord was right on earth. Have you done all you can do in the time that is given?
How about that?
Listen to these words. Let the Lord speak to your heart, okay? Take your time.
In the time that you gave me, did I give all I could give? Did I love all I could love? Did I live all I could live? Was my faith in your grace strong enough to save me? In the time that you gave me, did I face the devil down?
Well, did you?
Did I make him turn away every time I stood my ground?
It's your life. It's your life.
If today's the day you should decide to take me, did I do all I could do in the time?
Oh, you think you might have gone tonight.
Oh, we never know until it's over. But I won't cry on your shoulders. I'm not straight from the path. I'm not going crazy. Did I do all I could do in the time that you gave me? In the time that you gave me, did I give all I could give? Did I love all I could love? Did I live all I could live? Was my faith in your grace strong enough to save me? Did I do all I could do in the time that you gave me? Oh, we I'll never know until it's over. But I won't cry on your shoulders. I'm not straight from the path. I'm not going crazy. Did I do all I could do in the time that you gave me? In the time that you gave me, did I face the devil down? Did I make him turn away every time I stood my ground? If today's the day you should decide to take me, did I do all I could do
Well, there's a sickness in here, isn't it? Can't take it for granted. I'm just going to leave that hourglass there and let it run. Saturday morning, I was studying for Sunday. I had already had something I felt like the Lord dealt with my heart about for the evening service. And I was studying for Sunday morning. And the Lord began to deal with me on Saturday morning about tonight's message. Saturday morning. You know, normally I would not have thought about tonight till probably this morning. Normally. Because I had a busy weekend. If you're a pastor, you know what I'm talking about. Yes. Sunday morning, Sunday night, sometimes meeting in between people. Normally I would not have started thinking about the revival until this morning. But Saturday morning, this is how important this is. Saturday morning, the Lord specifically told me what to do tonight. With all my heart. I even tried to make sure it's right. I tried studying something else today. Just to see. I want to make sure. You know, because I've always heard my dad say, had the Lord take and pull something up in the front eye and push the other one in the back burner. Sometimes you have to try the Spirit to make sure. Make sure it's right. And I did. Every time it drew me back to this. Went out in the barn, gathered me up, had to go buy that chain. I didn't have to get a chain, but I had that anchor. And the Lord wants me to use that tonight. Preach on this subject. 2 Corinthians chapter number 10. 2 Corinthians. Now listen, let me tell you how important this is. If the Lord had really done that, and He is that sincere about tonight's service, then you need to listen. Everybody in here needs to respond and listen to what's said. If He's going to be that particular about tonight's service, I've got some new stuff that I've studied and preached, and it's exciting. It's fun for me to preach. And it would have probably been more of a dynamic message, and everybody would have got in the house worrying about it. I knew the Lord really pushed me toward this. Amen. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse number 3. For, though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. The person across the aisle from you is not your problem. That's right. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. That's right. That's of the flesh. Amen. But mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. That's important. To the pulling down of strongholds. The Lord has a weapon, and it's mighty, and it'll take strongholds out of your life. Yeah. Amen. What is a stronghold? Here it is. It's something that's got a hold of you strongly. Yeah. Amen. It's got a grip of you. Yeah. You can't seem to get away from it. Something that's got a hold of you strong. Pulling down of strongholds. It means to demolish it. It means to destroy it. It means to make it extinct. Get rid of it. I want to preach tonight with this little chain in mind over here. Come on. And this anchor that I found out in the barn. I painted it green for you. Because it wasn't green when I first found it. Are you with me? I got hogs and chickens and pigs and all that. It wasn't green. We won't get into detail, but it wasn't green. But I knew I was coming to fancy church. I want to preach tonight on this subject. It's time to break the chains.
Amen.
It's time to break the chains. On Saturday morning, the Lord began to deal with me. Brother Eddie told me the church has been in a spirit of revival for about 9 weeks. Good services. And I did have that in the back of my mind. I thought, Lord, now why would you want me to come in and deal with a subject like this? Why can't we do something like a shouting message? Something that'll get us going. Something that'll add to the glory that's here, the good feeling that's here. But, you know, I got to thinking, what if there's somebody in here that has sat here for 9 weeks? You couldn't enjoy an ounce of it. You acted like you could. You went ahead and lifted your hands and sang the songs. And might even come to the altar and pray a little bit, but still in your heart, something's got you bound. You're chained down. Your hands are tied. Your feet are tied. The devil's got a hold of you. It could be a lot of things. It could be possession. It could be even an ability that you have. It could be a relationship. It could be a condition that you have. It could be an addiction that you have.
Sure.
But whatever it might be, it could be a circumstance that you're facing. But whatever it is, it's got you bound up with chains. And let me tell you what the Bible told us to do about this situation. He said the weapons of our Lord, of God, He said they're mighty to the pulling down of strongholds. And here's what He said in verse number 5. Casting down imagination. First thing you've got to do is cast down imagination. Meaning to hurl it. Literally, what casting down means. It means to wad it up, pick it up, and hurl it. Literally what it means. To throw it. To fling it with great force. Casting down imaginations. Imaginations is where we get our word. It's the Greek word logismos. It's where we get our English word logistics, our logic, our reasoning, right up here. Things that we think. What does that mean, preacher? Here it is. Anything that you think of that leaves God out of the equation is your imagination. Anything you think of that has left God out of the equation, that is imagination. And the Bible said that He wants us to cast it down. Casting down imaginations. I'm just convinced. There's people here tonight. I'm so convinced of it. I'm satisfied in my heart. I told Brother Eddie a little while ago, I'm comfortable. Did I not say it? I'm comfortable. I feel comfortable in the Spirit of God. I know I'm right. Whether you listen, whether you receive it, whether you come to the altars or not, not my job. It's not my business. I'm to deliver what God said to me. And it's up to you to do business with God. Cast down your imaginations, those things that are in your mind that exceed God, that leave Him out of the equation, that leaves Him out of what you're thinking about. That's imagination. He said to hurl it. That's casting down. Hurl it. Some of you like to hold it.
Come on now.
We just drag it around this chain.
Help yourself.
Some of you come in here with it tonight. Nobody can see it.
Go on, Brother Carl.
You just drag it around.
Yeah, buddy.
You tried to shake hands, but you couldn't. You had to hold on to the chain. You felt like a while ago you needed to raise your hand, but you wanted to praise Him, but you couldn't because you dragged it around. That old chain. Say, preacher, you didn't tell what my problem was. No, I probably would never hit it if I had a whole list. But the Holy Ghost can walk down an aisle and go from pew to pew and heart to heart and begin you haven't until you testify. You ever had them testimony services and they didn't stand up to tell you what the Lord done for them? They stood up to tell you their problems.
Yeah.
They always start with, well, I'd like to say I love the Lord, thank you for saving my soul. And then they go, look! Yeah, look what I've got! And they brag about their weight for about 20 minutes. God gets no glory, God gets no honor, and we just drag it around. We come in church service to church service. Just drag it around.
Go ahead, son.
And we've got so good at it, us Baptists know how to fake it. We can shake hands, we can give an offering plate, we can tell Brother Eddie how good things are. We can go around and just drag it around. And nobody really knows it, but in our heart we know it. And the Bible said for you not to hold on to it. He said, I want you to cast it down. I want you to hurl that problem. Get rid of it tonight that you can see revival. Here we are. Just dragging it around. Just holding on to it. Now, I know you got a wood floor up here. I'm trying my best to keep that in mind. Just holding it around.
Yeah.
Hold it. Some of us are holding. Then I wrote this down. Some of us try to hide.
Well, come on.
I don't want nobody to know we're bound up, man. I got to go to church tonight. Brother Eddie's going to get the back door. He's going to ask me how I'm doing. I got to get right. I got to look good. How you doing? Fine. There you is. God's been good, haven't you? I can't wait to church tonight. Woo! Partay's coming. I just love their little family. And hiding it the whole time. Don't want nobody to know what your problem is. But you can't hide it from God. You can't hide it from the Almighty God. He knows your heart. And you come in here tonight bound down with chains, and He's wanting you to hurl it. He's helping us tonight. Cast it down. Let it go. Some of you not only hiding it, some of you tried to hand it off. Some of you tried to hand it to a friend. Here, brother, take this one. Help me come away, brother.
Yep.
And you're bringing your friends down. Everybody around you is getting depressed because they're hanging around you. Hey, I had a lady. I hope she's not here tonight. She did text me and ask me what time church started. Let's see. I never said. Some of you would know her. She lived under a dark cloud. You dare not ask her how she was doing. I was her pastor down in South Alabama. I was her pastor. How you doing, preacher? I'm doing fine. How are you? She'd go. She loved it. If she didn't die of cancer, it's going to make her miserable. I mean, it makes you feel that way. If some dreaded disease didn't get her down, she was going to die miserable because she lived under agony. Some people like to hide it. Some people like to hand it. Some people like to make it whole. They won't let it go. They just bring it down the altar. I knew it. It's coming. I got to get rid of this. Here's what we'll do. We'll lay it down. We'll take that weight off of us. And we'll get out here and we'll pray to God. And for a moment, we've got relief. For just a moment, we've got relief. It just leaves us. We feel the burden of it. Leaves us. But then we get up and we don't let go of it. We go back to our bench. Here we go. Drag it all the way back to the house.
That's good, brother.
Drag it back to work. Drag it back to school. Drag it back home. It might be why you're having marital problems. It might be why you're having social problems. It might be why you're having financial problems. Because you just keep dragging it around. We'll try to make it whole. We'll bring it to the altar. And we'll just see if we can't make it whole. But He said to hurl it. Some of them try to handle it. And you realize you can't handle it on your own. Some of you try to honor it. You put it on display. You want everybody to see it. But the Lord said to cast it down, which means to throw it, let go of it, cast it as far as you can, get away from it. Those strongholds, things that's got a hold of you, strong. You just can't get out of it. You pray about it and you still can't get out of it. You pray about it and ask God to forgive you for it. And then you turn around and by Monday night you're back in the same place you was when you come to altar Sunday.
Amen. Come on.
Yeah.
Casting down imagination. How many times has the devil used my imagination? Lord, Brother Eddie. Now, Earl Partain's the worst about imagination.
Yes.
But I am my father's son. We go to the hospital, visit somebody that's sick, and before we get home, we've got what they get. Are you with me?
Brother, amen.
Imagination. You got a headache, you're dying.
Yeah.
If the back hurts, something to do with your lungs. If you're hurting in your hip, it's just got to be some kind of cancer, something. If you got gas, it must be a heart attack. Are you with me? It's just the way we are. He's worse than me, but I'm starting to graduate and get up the program. Imagination. Imagination. The devil can take you right here in a good Baptist church and use your imagination. I've had him tell me that people were talking about me. That was not talking about me. They loved me. I've had the devil tell me that people was not behind me. They're not going to. You better watch them. Now, if my wife ever said that, you hang your head on. My wife, she can snoop them out. I don't know what it is, brother. They can snoop them out. They can smell evil. My wife come home and said, better watch her. Oh, honey, she's a nice lady. She's real sweet. You better watch her. But it won't be long. You should have watched her. But we'll come home. I'll come home. The devil will use my mind. Them people's plotting against you only to find out that they really love you. And they really care. And they're really behind you. The devil will use my mind. Two brothers go out in the field. And they look up in the sky. And one brother said to the other, one brother said, you see that night sky? I wish I had a pasture as big as the night sky. Look at all that night sky. I wish I had a pasture, had grass in as big as the night sky. And another brother said, I wish I had oxen as many as the stars are in the sky. And that brother said, well, that's crazy. How would you feed all them oxen? He said, I'd let them graze in your pasture. Now that's a funny story, but it is a true story. And did you know that story led to those two brothers fighting? And it is in your history books today that one brother killed the other over that imaginative thing. Wow. Imagination. Imagination. And the devil can do you the same way. Telling you that the preacher don't love you anymore. Telling you that they don't ever call on you to sing because you don't have the ability like the other ones do. I've seen that happen on so many occasions. Listen, you're in a church that's not very organized. If you're going to sing, you better get up and do it. Brother Eddie don't have a list. No, it's one of them popcorn churches. You're going to have to, if you got something on your heart, you better do that. And Brother Eddie don't want you you up, he'll tell you to sit down. That's what he is. Not now, sis. Sit down. Imagination. We got to get rid of those strongholds. We got to break the chain. How do we do that? By casting down imaginations. Then watch this. He not only said cast down imagination, in the same verse, he wanted you to cast down something else. He called it high things. Casting down high things, meaning things that are higher than God in your life. Right now, you examine yourself. Anything you got in your life that's higher than God? He wants you to hurl it. Anything you got in your life that's higher than the church? Obviously. Come on. Are you with me? Monday night, Sunday crowd hanging out in the balcony. Monday night rolls around. You know, I've got them too. I just come out of the Bible. Had a man, the Lord put on my heart. And Monday, great crowd. Tuesday, great crowd. First time I've been in a 5-night revival in a long time. At my church. Wednesday night rolled around, started getting a little lower. Thursday night, really bad. I went home and told my wife, I said, I'm sending him home. I'm giving him love offering. I'm sending him back home. And we're not having church Friday night. I'm putting it out on the one call that we're canceling Friday night service. I did that. Honest before the Lord. I did that. And I would have done it. And my wife said, you better think on that, preacher. You just upset because some of your folk ain't coming. And I was. I don't want them to die or anything, but maybe a hospital visit or something. I was mad. I mean, revival was going good, and then all of a sudden, they just quit coming. And then you look on, where were they at? Well, he was going to come, but it was the last day of deer season, and he shot a deer. Help yourself. And he couldn't find it. So he spent all night looking for that deer. That stuff happens in Alabama. I hope it happens over here. That happened. Where was you at Friday night? Where was you at Thursday night? Well, kids have homework, you know. We got to get that in before they go to bed now. Back when my daddy was in his prime and preaching revival, you couldn't find a place to put him.
Nope, you're right.
They didn't know anything about dispositions, dispensations, and what's up, hermeneutics and homiletics. They didn't know anything about that. Sometimes they'd have Jonah in the lion's den. Are you with me? They didn't know all that stuff that people are smart to know today, but they had God. They had God. They had God. And God was honoring what they were doing. Now we're so smart. We know how to dissect the scriptures, and we know where to put what, how to use a certain letter for a certain outline. We know all about it now, and we've lost God. Casting down high things. High things. It's things that are above God.
Yes.
Casting down high things. Thought about this. Things that are higher than God. Things that are higher than the Word of God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Things that are higher than spring revival. I shouldn't have said that.
That's good.
Things that are higher than Sunday morning worship. Things that are higher than participating with the things of the church. Things that are higher than God's name. Say, Brother Eddie, you do some that. There's this little church right down the road from us. They never had a lot. And I can figure out why. They run a preacher off about every few months.
Yeah.
They change preachers about like I change socks. I mean, it's just all the time. And they got this sweet little man. He come when you preach revival for me. He come nearly 3 nights in a row. Just sits on the back, just praises the Lord, just sweeps me. I call on him to pray. Just sweet man. And they had a sign Sunday. I normally don't go that way, but our road has collapsed just up above. All that rain collapsed our road. And we have to detour around to another way to get to our church. And it runs me right by this church. And the church sign said, it's not about the preacher's word, it's about God's word. I know that sounds good off the cuff. But God chose a man.
Yeah.
Through the foolishness of preaching. I wonder what other avenue they have to distribute the Word of God. God chose the man. God chose the way. It was not foolish preaching, and it wasn't fools preaching. It was through the foolishness of preaching. Saved them.
Good
Believers.
Amen, preacher.
God chooses a man. The best thing you can do is get behind him. You probably don't need to hear that, because y'all are behind him. I know that. But you need to get behind him. Things that are higher things than God. Higher things than God. He said, casting down imaginations. He said, casting down every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God. And then watch this. Bringing into captivity.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what that means in a minute. Every thought to the obedience of Christ. Bring it into captivity. Here you are now. You're bound.
Come on, Brother Carl.
Something got you.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but boy, you come with it on you. You're toting it around, you're trying to worship and you can't. Something's got you all just bound up. He said, I want you to bring it into captivity. You know what it means? King James now. I'm tracing this back to original Greek. You know what literally means? Put it in prison.
Yeah.
Take what's got you bound and put it, that's what captivity means, put it in prison. What it means? Who's in the cell? Well, according to that verse, the obedience of Jesus Christ. You're not only to bind it up and put it in prison, but put it in the same cell with Jesus. Lead it to Jesus. It's the only way that you're going to break the chains that you're in. Is to put it in prison. Now, I don't know what it is. I don't know what your problem might be. I don't know what it is. But here's what the Bible says.
Go ahead.
Take that weight,
Yeah.
that sin,
That's so easy.
so easily set you. Take the very thing that's weighing you down
Yeah.
and bind it up.
Yeah.
We're going to put it in prison. If I didn't think this thing would kill somebody, I'd hurl it across the church. That's what the Bible's talking about. Bring it into captivity. Bind what's binding you. Take it off your arms and off your legs. Break the fetters and decide tonight that you're going to bind it up. Throw it in the same cell with Jesus Christ and walk away victorious tonight with your chains broken. That's what the Bible's talking about. Bringing into submission or captivity those things which has got you bound.
That's good.
The obedience of Jesus Christ.
That's good, preacher.
I ain't listening to a word you say, preacher. Well, you misunderstood me. I was talking to people who wanted to have their chains broken. If you want those just want to live with it, then I can't help you. If you come in here tonight and your burden's so heavy you can't lift your head up and you've got problems way beyond your control, you ought to decide tonight in the authority of the go.
Good preacher.
How am I going to get rid of these chains, preacher? Casting down imaginations.
That's good.
How am I going to get rid of these chains, preacher? This problem I've got that just binds me. Cast down those high things that are way up here in God's day.
Right.
Get rid of them. How am I going to do it, preacher? Put into captivity. Take that thing and put it in prison in the same cell with you. Make it become obedient under Christ.
That's good.
Put it under him.
That's good.
Then watch this. And boy, this is to us pastors. Listen to this. Verse number 6. And having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience. Every pastor ought to have a readiness about him to revenge disobedience. Now, buddy, that's in the Bible. To revenge disobedience. Disobedience means not attentive. Disobedience means to mishear. I'll illustrate what disobedience means literally. You ever seen a kid do that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
And they'll go. La, 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 la. Now, I know you don't do that when Brother Andy's preaching. But I wonder if you do it in your heart. You're disobeying God, and He preaches a blue streak and puts truth right down your heart. And in your heart you're going. That's disobedience. And around my house, that comes with correction.
Amen.
Old Brother Earl's here tonight.
Yeah.
He never knew what a timeout mat was.
No, sir.
That's right.
We never sat in the corner. He never said, Paul, go put your nose in that corner for 5 minutes. He never knew 1, 2. He never counted. We didn't get juice and cookies to keep us quiet in church. iPads and iPods. You sat in church and you listened, or you got your tail torn up when you got home. I said this one night, I got to be careful how I say it. He did not believe in ADHD. I mean, maybe it's real today, I don't know, but I never got it. He beat that out of me. He practiced TDTU, tear that tail up. Got me saved, you made a preacher out of me, hallelujah. I told him when I got older, I wasn't going to go to church as much as you're taking me. I'm not going when I become a teenager.
Yeah. Amen. Go ahead.
Now I'm doing what he does. And taking another generation to church. On a Monday night. It does work, Mom and Daddy. Make up your minds tonight that you're going to God all the way. And don't turn back. Don't look to the side. Look straight ahead and call to God. The devil's got some of you daddies bound down.
Come on.
With your little midnight extravaganzas. When you think mama's in bed, the kids are going to sleep. You can't keep your mind to yourself. As far as I'm going with it, y'all can use your imagination really well. Need to cast that down. Addictions, habits, problems, relationships. You need to come to Jesus. And take that problem that you're saying you have, bind it up with chains, put it in the prison cell with Jesus, and make it obey Christ. Being ready to revenge all disobedience. I might die on the battlefield. I might die on the battlefield. I might do it. I feel like sometimes I'm 46. I feel like I don't fit with my generation. I don't mean this.
Amen.
I feel like I fit more with my daddy's generation.
Yes, sir.
As one man said, I'm a Philadelphia preacher preaching in the Laodicea church. Sometimes I feel that way, that I belong to an older generation. My generation is going crazy. There's very few of your folks
You're right.
that stand with stuff.
You're right.
Listen, I'm not for hatefulness and meanness and people barking and getting under somebody's list of things to do. I'm for the grace of God and mercy and understanding. God knows that. The church that I took, He knows that. He knows that. Buddy, when you preach the truth in these days, you better get ready. You're going to headbutt some things. And I might die on that. But as that old soldier said, he was dying in that room. I read this the other day when I was trying to find something for Sunday. I ran across this. He's dying in that room. And his last request to the nurse, he said, look, I'm dying. Just please tell Mom that I died with my face toward the enemy. Don't you tell Mom anything else. You tell her that her soldier boy died facing the enemy. You know what that means? It means he didn't run. It means he wasn't shot in the back. It means he didn't run from the enemy. He faced it head on. He might have died. But he died facing the devil. Revenge and all disobedience. Be ready. You know, when you revenge and disobedience, sometimes you have to revenge it against your own family, against your own church family. Sometimes you have to revenge it and they're not going to understand. As a young boy right now, you know it, Brother Eddie. You know it. And I might tell you about it after church. Good man, somebody you love, had to make a decision the other day in his school. Had to make a decision. And when he made the decision, because somebody was living disobedient to the things of God, a whole crowd of folks raised up against him. By the way, they're more disobedient people. It wasn't real church people. It was the ones that are halfway in, halfway out. Wouldn't know what the Bible said if you asked them. Wouldn't know the Holy Ghost if you sat beside them. And they always want to rear up and get against the church. I seen Nicole. I seen some kids that you would know from that area making statements about that Christian school. Broke my heart. I mean, they come under some of my preaching. Making sarcastic statements like, that place is nothing but a joke. Boy, I wanted to get involved, but I knew I couldn't. I hear you, Brother. When you revenge disobedience, when you come against disobedience, Randy Massey. Oh, Randy Massey. You know where I'm talking about. And reared up against the man of God for making a decision that was right. Now here he is having to fight. Now they're talking about we're just going to sue him. That's what we'll do. We'll sue that place. That's what we're facing. My generation is crazy. My generation has lost their mind. You better make up your mind tonight, Daddy, that you're in this. You better raise the titles. You better build the wall. You better draw the bridge. You better raise the flag. Tighten your bootstraps. Get your sword out and sharpen it. And decide that you're going to revenge disobedience for your family. And for your church family. It'll cost you though. It'll cost you. But can I say, have you done all you can do? Because time's running out.
Amen. That's right. Amen.
Some of you's in the last part. Not much time left. And I hope you've done everything you can do. The time God's allowed you. Hey, there made no doubt in my mind. And Brother Eddie, the Lord put this on my heart. I can't help it out, brother. Lord, put that on the heart. For tonight, for this church. For this very moment. You see, here's how I look at it. I've got a window of opportunity. Just a small window. Brother Eddie grants it to me. He says, I'm going to give the service over to you. You preach until the Lord's done with you. That's normally, 45 minutes, maybe to an hour. That's my window. And in that window, I've got to do everything I can do that the Lord puts in my mind. I've got to get it out. Now, when I turn this over back to Brother Eddie, he gets somebody up to sing, my window closes. I can do nothing else. I'll get my van and I'll go back to Alabama and see the rest of my family. I can do nothing about it anymore. The window will close in just a little bit. But then the window opens for you. And however long the invitation is, that's your window. God's trying His best to open the windows of heaven and get you to come. And break those chains, Daddy. Break those chains, Mama. Break those chains, teenager, that's got you bound down. You can't enjoy church no more. You used to sing in the church choir, you don't do it anymore because something got you all bound up. You need to come give it to God. Brother Eddie, that's the message for you.
Would you come, my kids, Brother Ashley? What a message. Could not have been more time. You don't have a clue who he's preaching to. I know exactly. I'm one of them. Years ago, Brother Carl, a friend of mine, and myself, we had a little 10-foot John boat. We was out on Lake Wise crappie fishing. If you're from Tennessee, it's crappie, but we were crappie fishing. It come up a big storm, Brother Frederick, and it started blowing the boat, and the waves were coming over the boat about to sink the little John boat. And my buddy said, pull that anchor up, we got to go. And I grabbed that rope and I started pulling, and it was on. And the storm was coming, and the waves were coming in the boat. And we were pushed against the anchor, Brother Charles, and the ropes tied. I couldn't untie it. We were fixing to go down. My friend threw me a knife. And he said, for God's sakes, cut the rope. I thought about that. I've never thought about that. All these years ago, I hadn't thought about that until you was preaching that message. As that wind got stronger, Brother Jesse, I reached down. Where's that anchor at today? It's still at the bottom of Lake Wise. And I'm willing to tell about it. Because I was willing to cut the rope. Some of you hanging on to what's killing you. You're holding on to what's killing you. You let the anchor drag you to the bottom of life. 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse number 7, the Bible said, cast him. You know what that means? I'm going to do some Greek too. You know what that word casting means? It means to chunk it. Amen. That's where I went to school. Chunk it. Get rid of it. Brother Carl said, throw it as far as you can. Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Let's stand our feet tonight. Some of you need to cut the rope. You got something about to drag you to the bottom. You need to let it go tonight. Y'all go ahead and sing, guys. Lord, deal with your hearts and tell me now. Cut the rope.
I've seen some trouble
since my daddy passed away. And Brother Earl, one Sunday night, I'm standing behind this pulpit, and I was preaching on bitterness. And the Holy Spirit grabbed hold of my heart and said, how dare you tell them about digging out the root of bitterness when you got bitterness in your own heart, against your own dad, against your own father. I'd asked God to forgive me of that before, but I'd never let it go. I got down in this, right here on this road, right behind this pulpit. And God delivered me from that. I cut the road. I've been hanging on to that for all my life. Mad at my daddy. Bottom line, I was blaming God. But my daddy left when I was a little boy. And I grew up without a daddy. And all that stuff. And whining, bitter, Brother Carl. Not some big bad outward sin, Brother Freddie, but it was inside. And it was hindering my walk with God. It was just like that anger, Brother Carl. I wanted to run, I wanted to go, but it was holding me back. And I laid there that night, and I don't even know what I prayed, Brother Carl, but God took that out of my heart. It had been several years since I had seen my dad. That was Sunday night. Monday night, I started a revival. I don't preach around here much. I preach all over the country. Around here in town, I don't preach around here much. But I was preaching for Brother Shea Tower, Freedom Baptist Church, right down here in Temple, Georgia. I stand on the front row. Sunday night, man, God took that root of bitterness out of my heart. Monday night, I'm standing on the front row of Freedom Baptist Church. And Brother Shea said, turn around and shake somebody's hand and have a time of fellowship. Lord is my witness, Brother Earl. I turned around and there he stood. There he stood, my daddy. He started down the aisle crying. I started down the aisle crying. He got to me and he grabbed my shoulders, and here's what he said. He said, son, I'm so, he was going to say sorry. And I put my hand over his mouth. I said, Daddy, don't ever say it again. It's gone. And for the last 5 years of his life, I never had a better friend. Still have voicemails on my phone from my daddy. But you know, that's something God had to do for me. I couldn't do it all by myself. But standing in this pulpit that night, the Lord said, okay, son, you've hauled that around long enough. Just go ahead and let me have that. Some of you got something just like that tonight. Could be the same thing. I don't know. But the Lord knows and you know. There's something you need to turn loose of. You need to do that tonight. Just sing another verse to God.
Take it from me when
be past. Only that which is done for Christ will last. The Lord brought us a message tonight. They said, I want to come out there and get you. I don't do that, but I don't think we drag people out, but I want to come shake you a little bit tonight. So that was for you. And I'm not being hypocritical, it helped me too, but that was exactly what the doctor ordered, man. Don't sing that second verse, Levi. Folks are praying. Go ahead, right there, sir.
I felt like I've had so much lifted off of me.
Hallelujah.
A few weeks ago, I bought a 6-pack of beer and helped him. And that's just what I've been trying to around this. I walk in here and I feel like I'm not worthy because of that. But I do know that my God is strong. And He will provide the strength to go to fight.
Hallelujah. Glory to God, son. That's good.
Sometimes they see we're just human, we are weak. Take it from me, when the road gets rough, he'll be there to pick you up. If the sun were to fall, if the oceans were to dry, if the mountains were to crumble, I wouldn't bat an eye. Stand upon the rock. He's the rock of all the ages, no matter what may come. The storm around me rages, I stand upon what never changes. I stand upon what never changes.
Y'all don't have to say that, but whatever you want to do, y'all just do whatever you want to do. Let's not watch the Lord here. Hey, somebody here tonight, so you'll get saved. You ought to leave here tonight know that heaven will be your home when you die. You can know that just as sure as you're standing there tonight. You get that settled in your heart tonight. They're going to sing some more. I don't know what they're going to do. We're still, I don't know, folks still praying. We ain't gonna hurry. Y'all go ahead, kids. Won't you let the Lord help you tonight? How long you gonna carry?
First started walking with
How far can you carry?
I did not really trust him, but how he longed for me to understand that I could. So through the always aware of wherever I am, and just what I need. And I've been through enough to know He'll be enough for me. He's come through too many times that I put my mind at ease. I'll stake my very life. He's gonna take care of me. Times I've been through enough to know He'll be enough for me.
Listen, this is our spring revival. Our very first one years ago. The Lord really put something on my heart about our spring revival. Here's what the Lord said. Brother Carl, she told me not to invite nobody. We have our camp meeting every year, and friends come from all over. Our ladies cook and we serve. The Lord said, no, not this meeting. It's just for us. It's just for us. Oh, visitors are welcome. This is just for us. This is time for us to come and sit under the man of God. Hear the word of God. Not time for us to feed nobody. It's time for us to get fed. Not time for us to give this week. It's time for us to give. I don't want to miss none of it. There's still people praying. Y'all sing another verse.
What I used to be.
And I struggled with it all week long. And I tried to figure out why he had a bell, why he missed it for 5 hours, why the Lord took my cousin. But I still held on to it because Jay Bice was in him.
Yeah.
And I struggled with it. I've called Brother Eddie, I don't know how many times.
Yes.
Yesterday morning, he gave me peace. That God is enough. My cousin is up there in heaven with you. Whatever you got, give it to him. I had to give it to him yesterday. And I feel like I gave it to him. He took it from me because he was hurting. Right now I can rejoice. And I cried good tears because Jason was in heaven.
That's right.
But okay.
Amen.
So whatever's bothering y'all, come down here.
Yeah.
I got a niece over there. She's in the home. And she's going through some stuff. All you got to do is give it to the Lord.
That's it.
It's going to be a struggle, but you will make it. Because 30 years ago, I wasn't nothing but a drunk and a drug addict. And now,
Hallelujah, brother.
I'm back to me. Now I'm carrying my cousin. I'm going to open my finger. I'm feeling good, brother. Hey, people still praying, y'all. Sing the verse. What was that? Hold on. Lord, she really good. I won't embarrass her, but this is Jennifer. She just got saved. Listen, we just minded the Lord, man. Brother got a song on his heart. You need a mic too, don't you, brother?
I don't want y'all thinking of just stand up and sing and kind of show off.
Oh, brother, you help yourself.
This whole time I've had a song on my heart. And my brother looked over to me and said the exact name of the song to me. So I reckon it's the Lord's will. Y'all know the story of Abraham and Isaac.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, God told Abraham to go take his son, slay him. But the whole time, Isaac wasn't what God wanted. God wanted Abraham.
That's right.
He wanted them to lay it down.
Yes, sir.
That's what Brother Charles preaching on, you know. Cast it away, lay it down, or whatever, God, or whatever's in the way of you guys. Y'all just listen to the
All right,
words.
go ahead, sing.
Abraham prayed for the day that God would give him the son. And blessed Isaac, it was his name, the greatest gift he had. Then came the day.
Sing it, brother.
and fixing to go to the house, but I love that song. It's my favorite youth choir song that our kids do. Years ago, Brother Earl, you had a man come and preach for us by the name of Tom Hayes. You remember Brother Tom Hayes from Saluda, North Carolina. Brother Tom came to me after his service the first night. I still remember what he preached. He come to me after service and he said, "Somebody told me you got a boat." I said, "Yes, sir, I do." He said, "Is it full of gas?" I said, "Yes, sir, it is." He said, "Can you get out of work tomorrow?" I said, "I'm feeling sick right now. Feeling a little nauseous as we speak." And I took Brother Tom Hayes to West Point, Georgia, and took him fishing. And at that time, Brother Earl, he was in the middle of writing a little book. I've got the book on my shelf at home. And here's what the title of it, I'm not sure if this is the title of the book or not, but here's what the book taught me. Abraham, it ain't you I'm after. I mean, Isaac, Abraham, it's not Isaac I'm after. I just want more of you. Brother Tom Hayes taught me that truth. Sitting in that bass boat on West Point. Been good tonight, haven't it? I know your name, Brother Devin's brother. That's all I know. David. Sure, that y'all came tonight. Glad you brought your precious wife. Hallelujah. God's so good. God's so good. I think I'll come back tomorrow night. You think you might come back? I appreciate your girls coming with me. I love you all. I love your church, but your daddy hadn't had me. He didn't ask me back. The whole time he's talking about y'all having that revival, he said I had a man come. I was going to say, "Wasn't me." I'm just aggravated with Brother Carl. I think we preached for him last year. Got a good church. Kind of reminds me of home. Amen. I love some of his folk, man. We just got to be friends. Go ahead, Brother John.
Just real quick. We started by picking up their children on the bus. I mean, on that bus. About, what was that, about 6 months ago, Kevin? Something like that. Okay, now we got mom and dad.
Hallelujah. I don't know, most of you probably know Brother Earl, but if you don't, I want you to meet my preacher for you, Lee. And honored to have him here tonight. And I appreciate what you gave us, Brother Earl. I remember when I first took Kathy back, somebody came up to me, it was a lady, she's in heaven now. But she said, "I know what you're doing. You're just trying to be another Earl Cartain." But I mean, that got hold of me. I'm doing pretty good. I told lady, "You just don't know. You just paid me the biggest compliment I've ever been paid in my life." Love my preacher. Love my preacher. Appreciate you being. I hope you can come back. Man, that'd be so good. We'll give you gas money if you'll come back. Amen. I'll buy you something to eat. I'll just brighten. Amen. Amen. Let's stand our feet tonight. We're going to be dismissed. Praise the Lord. That's a way to start the Bible right there. Hallelujah. Amen. Brother, oh, you'll just leave that anchor. Let everybody look at that. Amen. Hallelujah. Let's bow our heads. We're going to be dismissed. I'm going to ask my youth pastor, Brother Jesse, you pray in this message.
Our dear Father, we just thank you for your goodness. Oh, Lord, I'm so thankful I come to church.